The question tonight will be, it's going on YouTube because
Yeah.
do you prefer loyalty or chemistry, or you prefer chemistry over loyalty?
I'd say loyalty.
You say loyalty.
Yeah.
Why?
Because sometimes chemistry is not everything. Because at the end of the day, you can meet somebody that's chemically for you, but doesn't mean they're always loyal.
That's very true.
When it comes to loyalty, is when you meet somebody loyal, is that loyal person's gonna be there for you no matter what, whether even if they don't like the thing that you completely do, but I love you for who you are.
Yeah, we need that. I need that. That's the right statement. So, how far is too far for you to commute to a relationship? Like, what's the farthest distance you will ever commute to a relationship? Some people say 10-minute max. Like, that's mean, right?
I think for me, 10 minutes ain't nothing. That's down the street. That's like going literally
That's bare
5
minutes
blocks away.
to go get a burger or something.
Yeah. For me, I'd say an hour is good. An hour is good because, if you're able to accept, the funds of it, but also know that you make the funds for it, then, an hour is not bad.
That's true. That's very true.
That's not a bad distance. Now, like anything over that, you're going to be spending a lot more, and that depends on what you also do for work.
Living, like work and stuff.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't date someone from like out of state or out of country. That's too much work.
I wouldn't, only because of the simple fact of, it's not about, I don't trust anybody, and it's not that you can't trust anybody. It's just, you have no idea what they're doing. You can ask them like, hey, for me, I prefer you not do that, but they can still do that,
That's true. I think a lot of people prefer, they cannot do long distance. Nowadays, this generation, everybody say, oh no, 10 minutes max, an hour max.
Yeah.
And some people say it's all about if y'all really like each other. So it don't really matter how far is too far or loyalty. And a lot of people choose loyalty over chemistry like you did.
Yeah.
So do you think do you think playing hard to get to will get you the right person in life? Like as a guy, you playing hard to get to, or a female playing hard to get to, do you think it will get them the right person in life?
I feel like playing hard to get to try and like work yourself up to something that's, a beautiful relationship, whatever you want to call it. I believe, yes, it can work in a sense, but I'd say about 7 to 8 times out of 10, it's not gonna work because you're playing a game that shouldn't be played.
Your game is not gonna lead you anywhere, bro. Game is not gonna lead you to anything. Yeah, that's very true. So what's your definition of playing hard to get to?
I feel like playing hard to get to is if you keep like, I'll give you an example. I'm talking to a girl right now, right?
Okay.
And I work in the oil field, so
cool.
I'll work 2 weeks on, 1 week off. So basically I work 8 months out of the year, and then I get about 4 months of those off. And she keeps telling me she wants to hang out, and then every time I'm like, okay, I'm available. And then she's like, okay, and then never really has me come over. So I feel like playing hard to get is more of, if you don't really give that person the activity of to actually be there frequently, that's playing hard to get to. Or if you just tell them, and there's a lot of women nowadays, they'll tell you, oh, I just want you to, play the game pretty much. I want you to fight for me. I want you to do this and that. And I'm just like, you know what? It's not worth all that. It really ain't. Because at the end of the day, there's going to be a girl out there that's going to not play those games, that's going to be then and there for you. That's
very true. That can even do way better than you. So I don't know why people have the mindset of, if I'm too easy. There's nothing like too easy or playing hard to get to. Like, just make sure, like, make it balanced. So I think that's the reason why so many relationships nowadays is not lasting, because they call it a game, like you said. And I feel like a good relationship that will last long has to start with a solid communication. Like, don't automatically assume, like, don't be thinking the other partner should automatically assume what you feel. Like, speak up your mind. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that. I feel like speaking your mind, it's a form of communication that you begin with, but also speaking your mind on what you want.
No. Oh yeah, that's a different thing. That's oh my god, I like that. That's smart. That's very. When I say speaking your mind, like communication.
Yeah.
Like, be open-minded with the person you're like. People nowadays, you ask them for a number. Some of them, like a lady she said, oh, a dude got her number, they ghosting or something. I'm like, what? How does that make sense?
Yeah.
And what does he? So okay, another question is, why are Americans so obsessed with coffee? Why are they so obsessed with coffee? Are you a coffee person or a juice person?
Juice and coffee. Okay, so I feel like when I was younger, coffee, but now I'd probably take juice, but it depends on what caffeinated drink we're talking about. Like I said, I work oil field, so I'll drink a lot of energy drinks, and
I mean, that's like kind of like juice person, cause
yeah. So I'd probably take a caffeinated juice over a coffee, but if I had it the way I want it. If I was living on a ranch, I'd drink coffee every day.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So where do you see yourself in the next 10 years, like in the coming years?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself?
Where do I see myself? I hope to see myself with, and preferably with me.
Right.
No disrespect to Hispanic women or black women or none. Or not Hispanic, white women, black women. I love Hispanic women.
Okay.
I hope to marry a beautiful Hispanic woman, have a bunch of children, and just enjoy a prosperous life of successfulness.
Facts.
Money, a house, children, and just to be comfortable and happy. That's really it.
Beautiful. Would you consider a female that doesn't have anything going on for her life, anything going on for herself in a relationship? Would you consider such a female? She doesn't have nothing, no job, no handwork, basically a bum. Would you consider?
Woman with basically nothing going on in her life. I'd say
it's tough.
I'd say depending on the situation, it can be different, but I've met her.
Like, she can't cook, she don't know how to cook.
Oh,
She can, like, you came from work, you still got to go order fast food. She talking about like, oh, you guys go grab food, all that, like.
See me, I grew up in the country, and like I'm not biased. I'll date a city woman, a ghetto woman, a country woman.
For sure.
But you gotta at least, and it's not even about cooking. You gotta at least be able to provide for yourself, even if I wasn't around,
Right.
And if a woman can't do that, and there's no offense to any woman by any.
No offense, yeah.
Like, you really ain't worth a shit.
Right. I mean, you're just being honest. So I really, respect to my queens out there. So we feel like it's really pointless when a female is like, it's not just being beautiful or being pretty that makes a woman. Like, you don't know how to cook, you can't clean, you don't have nothing going on for yourself. In 2026, I'm sorry, bro. It's just being honest. It's being honest. And
the thing is, I don't expect any woman to be like the old time.
Yeah.
Let's say 1970, 80.
Oh, 80. Like, I feel like it's the modern thing. What's your preference about that? The modern social media ruined that too.
No, for sure. The thing is,
like, what is 50-50? What is all this?
I know to cook for myself.
See? He
I've
can
been cooking
cook.
since I was 8 years old, and the thing is, I don't expect a woman to cook for me, but the thing is, I know if times get rough, and let's say I lose my job for a week or two,
Facts.
3, I'd hope that maybe with her intellectualness and her stability as a woman and her independency, but also to be able to depend on me, that she can also be able to hold it down.
Like, it's just common sense. These are something that, like, you shouldn't even tell. I know I've met females that don't know how to cook. They're like, oh, my dad don't teach me, my mom don't. But
And the thing is, it's also a lot about if you want to learn how to do it. The thing is, my family never taught me. The way I learned how to cook is because I wanted to learn when I was 8 years old, and it's not because I knew I was going to be older. 23. I'm 23 years old.
okay,
I didn't know I was going to be 23 years old and single. But the thing is, even if I was single, I would like to know that I can cook up a nice steak. I can cook up, some pasta or some breakfast or whatever for myself.
Right. Right.
So, just to meet a woman that knows she doesn't have to cook, but just loves to do it, and the simple fact of it, that's a whole different thing. But even a woman that just likes to work too, because money, you can never live without money.
You cannot. Yeah.
Never.
Would you be with a woman that lets you lead all the time, or a female that's like manipulative? There's some female, they don't want to be led by guys, and as it's supposed to be, men are supposed to be the head of the family. Like, you have to listen. At the end of the day, you're a woman. Like, do you prefer a extreme feminine woman, like she has to be in a feminine energy, or what's your preference about that? Like, you basically being the leader, if she lets you lead.
So, I would like to lead, but the thing is, I'd also like a woman to understand that if I can't lead in that moment, that she can lead too. I think women can be leaders too, and growing up, most people see me and they're like, you're a country boy, like you're the leader, and women don't. Like, no. I think women can be leaders too, right?
Okay.
The thing is, if I can't lead my woman in that moment or whatever, I'd hope she'd be able to lead the pack in that moment, because I believe in strong women.
Thanks.
But for your question, I'd like to be the leader. I'd like to, make sure everything is ground table.
So you basically would prefer a woman that like listening to you low key, even though it's difficult. It's low key hard nowadays to find. There's still harder. There's beautiful queens, women out there that listen to men. For example, when you tell your lady, oh no, baby girl, don't dress like that. Can you please at least dress moderately? And she was like, nah, I have to, just let me wear whatever. Would you still like, what's two behavior that can make you end relationship easily with a woman? And that'll be the last question.
I think my
like two things that can make you end relationship easy. Like, you gave up.
I'll give you more than two things. No offense to any woman. There's a lot nowadays, and I believe in beautiful women, and I believe there's a lot more to them. They're not all bad, but if you ask your woman to do something, out of respect, not just for themselves, but for you, and they tell you no, that's one thing that'll make me leave, because it's not disrespect more towards themselves, it's disrespect towards you, and it makes you look like you're worth nothing to them. And then,
that's very true.
Especially, let's say with like honesty too.
Oh, okay.
Honesty, you ask your partner something, and they don't give you an honest answer.
Right.
That's just more disrespect towards you.
Wow.
And if they're not, when we talk about loyalty, that's why I choose it over chemistry, because you can be chemically perfect with somebody.
With anyone, right?
That don't mean anything. But loyalty, if a woman's not loyal to you, and out there talking to men or looking at men, looking for anything new. Basically, like if she was looking at for a brand new car.
Oh my God.
You know, that's disrespect towards you.
That's it, right?
The thing is,
That's a huge
a
red
woman,
flag.
and I put it like this: a woman will love you if she's completely down for you, 100%. She will give you any ounce of disrespect, no matter what, unless you're disrespecting her. And that doesn't give her the right to disrespect you. Of course, like if you're disrespecting her, you know, hitting her, name calling her, cheating on her, she should leave. But you know, I think, in my opinion, I think with all the answers I gave you, I think those are my biggest things.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of women should think of and look out for.
That's
especially
very
men
true.
too.
Men too. Yeah, he goes both ways.
Men are very terrible creatures. We're all terrible creatures, but we all learn one day.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's just it.